Hey everybody, Chris Bailey here with Physical Therapy and Balance Centers in Corey and West Erie, and we're here for your midday exercise and wellness break and tip. Today we're going to go through a proper desk setup for at home. We've had a lot of patients who are now working from home, or also patients in general who have a desk set up at home. They might spend a lot of time on their phone or on their computer and they don't know how to set things up. We see so many people with neck issues and lower back issues, and it could be primarily due to the setup. So we're just using this as an example. I know at home you might just have the kitchen table, which is slightly higher than this. It's about this height here. Most people don't have office chairs, some do. Those are better because you can adjust the height, but we're just going to show it on a few different chairs too. So this is just our standard office chair. It's about the same height as a normal dining room table chair. So what you want to look at, if you have a computer that you're working with, say most of us probably have laptops now, and if this was a kitchen table height, you want to make sure that when you come up to the table here, that your elbows, when they're at your sides like this, are at about the same height as this table. But what do you do if your chair is too low, is a good question. Well, what we'll do for patients in here with different exercises is we just add a little bit of a cushion to their chair to bring their body up. So I'm too low right here for this. What that does is it forces me to lean too much forward, which can put a strain on my back, and it forces me to bring my neck backwards, which is not ideal either. So we have these little pads here, which obviously most people don't have these at home, but you could use a couch cushion or a firm pillow, and you could just put that on your chair, on the kitchen chair, scoot it up towards your computer, and then you'll see that this now brings me up to a much better position where my elbows are at rest, are pretty close to the height of this table. Now I have a lot better posture while I'm typing. I'll be able to type and do my work with less fatigue, and it puts less strain on the neck and the low back. So the other thing that you have to consider once you get the height right is how is your back position, your lower back. So come around this way a little bit. What happens is we see so many people that they might not use the back of the chair, which is okay, but you end up slumping like this in your chair while you're typing. So that puts a lot more strain in your low back. And if I just keep my neck in that same position and straighten out my lower back, basically it's like you're looking like this all day long if you let your low back sag. So you put a lot more strain on your neck. So what to do for that? There are a couple options. One is you can use a pillow. We have these lumbar supports in the clinic. You can get these here on Amazon. You can really find them anywhere. You can put this behind your back like this. What this does is it forces your low back to get in a better position like this. You might need to scoot your chair a little bit more forward. But now I'm in a position where I can relax slightly here. I can do my work there. This puts both the low back and the neck in a much better position to do your work. If you don't have this, you can use a standard pillow behind your back. The other alternative is if some people just have a stool at home, or sometimes they have a task chair. So if we take these out of here, you don't need anything behind your back. I'm most comfortable, actually I'll come into these rooms a lot of times to type my notes. It's a little bit more quiet. So I'll get a stool and I'll just bring this up to a good height here, and I get up to where I have pretty good posture. And what I mean by that is if you straighten up all the way and then back off about 10%, this is a good spot for you to start working. The other thing to consider is the height of the screen. This is a big question. A lot of people with their desk setups at work have this issue, and also with their laptops. You want it to be slightly below the horizontal. So horizontal, I mean looking straight ahead, 15 to 20 degrees below that. So this is a pretty good height here. The other advantage of laptops is you can tilt your screen so that your neck isn't too far down or too far up. So this right here is a pretty good position. The other alternative is, too, if you don't know what to do with your feet. Some people, if they're at this height with a chair, if they're a little bit under or around the 5 feet in height range, your feet might hang. So what I recommend is, obviously I have a little bar right here, but if you had a little box at home, you could put that just underneath and put your feet on that. If you had a little cushion or something, you could put that underneath and put your feet on that. What you don't want to have happen is your feet just to hang. The other thing is, we used to all think that we wanted to keep this position where we said 90, 90, 90. Your hips are at 90 degrees, your knees are at 90 degrees, and your back's at 90 degrees here. But the problem with that is that we move, and you want to move. You want to be mobile while you're working. You can't stay still all the time. So you want to be able to shift one leg up, one leg down. If you have the ability to stand, so we can move this up to almost a kitchen counter height. It's about 36 inches. it would be good to do that. But for some people, they're too tall. So say if this was the kitchen counter height and I was over 6 feet, I'm only 5'10", you might want to just bring this up and stand for a period of time. So what you can do is something similar as raising up the base of the chair, but now you'll just raise up the base of your computer. So now you can have a standing workstation at home that's a pretty good height. Now obviously this is a little bit too low for me here, so I might need to adjust that, get something a little bit higher, and we get a lot closer to a better working position here. So if you have this set up, you'll have to consider the same things with your vision. You'll have to consider that I'm still probably a little bit too high. If it's too low for you, obviously you can just bring a little something underneath of you. You can use a step stool. The other thing to think about is if you're at a standing workstation, or if you create one at home, you want something underneath of your feet sometimes. At a bar, if you go there, they have that pipe that goes along the bottom. And they're pretty smart because they have that there, because when people would stand at the bar, they could put their feet on that. They'd be more comfortable, so they'd be more likely to buy more beverages. So the same thing can work at home to keep you comfortable. You could put a little step stool there. Some people will just have a little box and they'll just put one foot on there, and then they'll switch that box to the other side. And it's a good tip too, even when you get back to work in your normal workstation, you can get it set up like that. So try those tips out. If anybody has any questions, please write into us, give us a call at our Erie or Corey locations. We'll put the contact below. And then what we'll do tomorrow is I'm going to go through the top 5 exercises we give people who have trouble at a sitting position, both for neck pain, for low back pain. This could include pain that radiates, that shoots down into your arms and into your back. And we'll give you the top 5 exercises we do here to get them better. Thank you very much, and look forward to hearing from you.